Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. We are gathered here today as members of the Students Representative Council to discuss about what would be the most important quality in a great student leader. And in my opinion, I think that being responsible would be the greatest quality of a great student leader because whenever the students or your group mates make mistakes, the leader need to be responsible enough to admit their mistake in not being successful in leading them, because the group mates they will look up to their leaders, right? So that's why I think that leaders should be responsible enough to admit their groupmate mistakes and hold the responsibility of the groupmate mistakes. So what do you think, candidate B?
Alright, candidate A, I think the most important quality to become a great student leader is being courageous and confident. This is because when we talk about leader, it is someone who we expected to make decisions accurately. And by having confidence, I think the leaders themselves will be able to make spontaneous decisions, and they will make the decisions without having doubt in themselves. And I think this will lead to other students to believe on the leaders that they choose. Yeah, this is because I think this is why I think being courageous and confident is important. How about you, candidate C?
I think that the most important quality to become a great student leader is to have a good communication skills. It is because as a leader, it is essential for us to be able to speak in front of many people well. So it allows us to communicate with them in order to deliver ideas, instructions, and also messages. So the students will listen and follow for what we delivered to them. So how about you, candidate D?
For me, I think that the most important quality to become a great student leader is by showing empathy. By having empathy, the leader can help the student with their problem and can solve the problem. And and by mentally, the leader also can give some motivation to the student. Next, by having empathy, also the leader can consider the student opinion that can give him or her some idea to the organization. So what your opinion, candidate A?
Personally, I agree with candidate B's point on being confident and courageous, because with confidence, then the other students or the group mates of the group would be a lot more confident, considering that they have like a confident leader, right? And not just that, having a confident leader will ensure the smoothness of work, the smoothness of um any kind of activities, because the leader would be very how to say, very efficient with giving out tasks and instruction. But I strongly agree with candidate C's point, because although a leader has a confidence, he still need a good communication skill to distribute those tasks, those instruction to the group mates, because if there's no good communication skills, then even with confidence, he can't to say he can't to or he can't deliver those instruction efficiently. Um, so that's why I think that communication skill would be the best quality for a great leader. What do you think, candidate C?
And in my opinion, I do agree with your points that say the good communication skills is the most important quality to become a great leader. And I have some points to make my point more strong, is that as a leader, we also have to lead many people instead of just one student, right? So with the good communication skills, we are also have the confidence and the courage. But then if we are not have the confidence and courage, I mean, if we are not have the communication skills, how we can talk in front of many people if we are just having the confidence and courageous. But then I do agree with candidate D points that we need to show empathy towards the students, but I don't agree that it is the most important quality to have in the leader, because to ask the students or our members, we also need to have a good communication skills to communicate with them instead of just showing the empathy. So how about you, candidate B?
All right, candidate C. I think I strongly agree with you about having a good communication skills, since I think a leader has to know how to sending some message to his friend or his group mate, I think, because if it is end up about their friend don't understand the message, I think there will be a conflict which we will not have if the student has a great communication skills. And also, I think I don't see an eye to eye with candidate D about having empathy. And I think this is because I think, in my opinion, I think the great leader doesn't need to show the empathy to the other students, because if the leaders show empathy, I think the other students will take light of the of what the leaders ask them to do. Yeah, that is in my opinion. How about you, candidate D?
For me, I will agree with you that to agree the C opinion that having good communication skill is the most important quality, because as a leader, we need to able to deliver our speech to other students for them to understand what we are going to talk to them, and what we are going to give them instruction. So by having a good communication skill, the student able to understand our instruction and able to do it on their best. Next, I partially agree with candidate a point, that is being responsible person is the most important important quality, because as a leader we need to become a responsible person, because there's a lot of work that we need to do as a leader. So if we are able to handle all the works given, so I'm sure that the leader can become the best leader for the student. So how about you, candidate A?
Okay, thank you, candidate D, for supporting my opinion. But I think that we can all agree on candidate C's point being the most important quality of a great student leader, right? About having a good communication skills. And since we have all agreed on that, so how about we talk about being a responsible person, like what candidate D stated, because I think that being responsible is also important, because there are a lot of responsibilities of a leader. So if those leaders are not responsible for all of those tasks that they are given in leading their group mates and all that, so the efficiency of the group work will not be efficient enough. So what do you guys think? What do you think, candidate B?
Yeah, in my opinion, I think the leader should have. I think the first thing that the leader should have is the being responsible, because he will need to lead the other people, right? But I think this is the most common thing, and I think the leader should. I think the student themselves, I think they need to see themselves if they are being responsible or not to make themselves a great leader. So I think this is a strong point, but I think the candidate B has a better point. How about you, candidate C?
So I have no objection anymore, but then I think that all of us agree with my points, which is to have a good communication skills, right? So anyone have to point out some points?
No, I think we can all agree that candidate C's point being the most important quality of a student leader.
Okay, so I think that thank you for all the opinion during this discussion, and I think we can end our discussion right now. So thank you to all of you.